Well, hello, Greenspring. Here we are with a really special show today, and it's all going to be focused on salmon, the health benefits of it, and I think maybe some how to prepare it. And we're here today with Michael Ritt, our executive chef.
How are we doing today?
Welcome.
Thank
I'm
you.
Doing well. This is going to be interesting.
Yeah, so, when we talked about doing a cooking demo, we talked about all different things we could do. And actually, I was talking with Chef Mark, and he's like, why not salmon? When you think about it, it's probably one of the...
That's smoking.
Number one, that's all right. One of the number one popular items that we do here in Greenspring. Everybody loves salmon. There's many benefits to it. I think I gave you some information on it. There's many health benefits to it. It's very durable when you prepare it, so it's easy to use. You can saute it, you can bake it, you can broil it, you can steam it if you want, you can poach it if you want. Today we're going to do a couple of different recipes. All these recipes are ones that we do here at Greenspring, Erickson. And just to put in perspective, we order on a weekly basis, just in the IL kitchens, probably around, I'd say, 700, about 200 pounds a delivery. 3 deliveries a week. So that's all right. That's just going to get it.
I don't want to set the water sprinklers off.
No, they won't. So we're going to turn it down.
So how much do you order?
So we're ordering about every time the delivery truck comes in 3 times a week, that's 600 pounds.
Wow.
Give or take. So I would even say that's 1,800 pounds a week. That's probably 2,000 pounds. That's a ton, right?
Wow.
It's a lot of salmon. And that's, when you think about that we're going through in a week. So the one we're doing today, it's one of the recipes, Norwegian salmon. And our salmon's from Chile. It's farm raised. And when we talk about farm-raised salmon, everybody thinks, it's land that's on the farm. Not necessarily. No, it's not. They're pens, and they're very, sustainability, sustainable. And I gave you something is that it doesn't affect the ecosystem. It doesn't affect. We're going to put that in there. It doesn't affect the habitat around there. It doesn't really take away from the ecosystem there. Mm-hmm. So we have a little coriander, we have a little cumin, a little paprika we're going to put on here.
And when that one's on the menu, what you're doing now, is that ever on the menu, being that you have it, it would seem you're frying it.
Well, this is sauteing.
Okay, you're sauteing.
Right. We have
Oh, there's your liquid stuff. Okay.
So we're going to do a little sauteing up here. And, like I said, there's the health benefits. It's great. It's great heart food. Mm-hmm. Great vitamin B, antioxidants. It's brain food. It's got the good, they say salmon's fatty, but it's the good fat that's in there for your cholesterol.
Yeah, for the
and they've shown
HDL.
that eating salmon, even they say, pregnant women, they recommend eating salmon because it's good for developing the brain, while the child's in the womb. So things like this. So we're going to put a little the marinade on there. We got a little oil in there, a little paprika. You see we got a little color on there. We're going to get our plate.
Well, it's certainly one of my go-to meals.
And the one thing is you'll always see it on the menu. Mm-hmm. We always have salmon on the menu, even as an always available. If you want little rice that we have right here. And you can smell the cumin.
I can. Smells good even this early in the morning.
So we're
Doesn't it, y'all?
So we're going to just cut a few lemons up here. I don't know if everyone wants salmon for breakfast. It's kind of early in the morning for it, but to each their own, I say. So we're just going to take that. And, you can order salmon. People order it differently. Some people order, like their salmon, people say, can I get it medium rare? They don't want it cooked all the way. Some people, let me put this in here. Some people want it medium. Some people want it more well done. And there you go. There's the Norwegian salmon.
Now, would all that rice go on one serving?
No, we'd have a little less. We do about 4 ounces of rice.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's a little much.
Yeah, it is.
But that's more just for a presentation. We wanted to make sure everybody saw it. So what I'm using olive oil, and it's a blend. So it's got olive and vegetable oil in there. A lot of people like what we call EVOO, extra virgin olive oil.
Oh, okay.
Straight olive oil. And then we're going to go to, and this is just our little dill. Sorry, we have to get everything, but yeah, like I say, I got it. Everybody,
I don't have gloves on, so.
It's really people really enjoy the different types of salmon. We've done so many different variations. Again, we're going to take another piece of salmon. And like I said, our salmon, when it comes in, the reason I brought this one big piece in is...
It comes in like that.
It comes in like a whole... We get it at 10 pounds. So we get 3 sides are about 3 pounds each. They have the skin on them. We call them, they're already filleted sides, so all the bones are taken out. And we'll take the skin off. And sometimes what we'll do is we'll take the salmon burgers that we have. So we'll take what we call, it's called the belly fat. It's the piece right down here at the bottom. We'll trim that off. And the tail. We call it the tail and the tip. So then you get a nice square piece that you see how these are cut nice?
Yeah.
So you get a nice square piece. And then we'll take those and we'll use them in soup. The Key West seafood chowder, we'll put it in.
Yeah.
The salmon burger we'll do. If we do salmon croquettes, we'll do that.
Well, welcome.
I have my guest chef here today.
Well, welcome.
Good morning.
Good to see you.
And everybody know. And I just want to say thank you. Giovanni did all the work here for everything you see today.
He was your prep chef today.
Well, he just helped me. He helped me, and we're doing. This is the dill, correct?
Yeah, the cucumber.
Yeah, the cucumber dill, and like I said, there's so many different types that we can do, and chefs always got salmon on there. You'll never see one of our venues not have salmon. And like I said, you can always ask your server. We always have something always available. And if you don't want, we always talk about signature dining, and the beautiful thing about signature dining is that it's resident driven. And when I say, if we're doing bourbon salmon and you don't like a lot of bourbon sauce, you can either get no sauce, extra sauce on the side, or extra sauce on your salmon.
Right.
If we're doing the cucumber dill, if you don't want it right on your salmon, have it put to the side.
Yeah, I like dipping in the sauces.
And I tell you one thing, the one thing with Chef Giavanni here, he does a lot of, not just salmon. If you visit his venue, you'll see he'll do a lot of, we just had perch. Correct, Chef?
Yes, variety of seafood. Last week we had a perch, fresh perch from ocean, and it was very popular because the rest didn't see the fish for a long time. The perch,
right.
And it's a very delicate fish.
Yes.
As well as our chef was mentioned, for the November menu, I planned to have in the menu the barramundi.
Okay.
It's a very fresh fillet of fish. It's very good.
And it's a very popular one. And that's another thing. The big thing that residents like is the variety. They always want the variety. Granted, salmon is a staple. You'll never see any of the chefs take salmon off the menu because I think that the residents wouldn't be too happy. Let me just get that out of the way there, Chef. Here, I didn't.
Well, let me ask you.
If you want to put a little of the sauce on there, and I cut some lemons.
I don't recall seeing any. I mean, this may sound just awful, but any like salmon salad. I don't mean on top. I mean made up, like you would put in a croissant or something.
Actually, you did the BLT with salmon, correct?
Correct.
And that has it in the form of like a salad then.
No, that's a sandwich.
It's a sandwich.
Now, if you want a salad, they have the Asian salad, And one of the proteins, if you want.
No, do you understand a salad like tuna salad where you
Oh,
mix
like a
it up
salmon
with,
salad?
Yes.
a
Do you ever
possibility
do
that
anything like that with a sandwich?
No, but usually what we do with the salmon as a salad, but we revisit as a salmon cake.
Yeah,
Instead of as a crab cake, but we do that.
Sure.
But it's a great suggestion. Thank you for.
Well, just you know, when one takes it home in a carry-out, and then it's cold in the refrigerator, and I will sometimes take half of it and just make it with mayonnaise and some little onion, you know, just to make it into something I can put it on bread.
Like a tuna salad. Okay.
Yeah.
And I think this one we're doing is the tomato basil.
Yeah, it's a tomato basil. Yeah.
And then we have the dill. So, you know, we like to, and the one thing is, you know, everybody talks about, oh, you know, farm raised as opposed to wild salmon. Well, wild salmon, I can tell you, probably, I would say 85% of the salmon you see in the store is farm raised. You will rarely see, you'll see what they call wild salmon or sockeye salmon. That's from Alaska. You'll definitely see the difference in price, and the availability is not as popular as, you know, what you have here. The funny thing about salmon is that salmon, when they breed, they always go back to where they were hatched, or where they, it's hatched. And they can go from the ocean, and they will find the exact river. This is wild salmon.
Yes.
That they were hatched, and they will go back, and they will, that's where they will, I guess, spawn, as they say. So it's really a lot of interesting facts about it. You know, and the one thing that we always talk about, sustainability and good for the planet. And the one item that we use here, it's called the Monterey Bay Aquatic Seafood Watch. And I've showed some residents here, and it's an app on my phone. And basically what it does is you can go online, and this is something you could, you know, residents can go online and find it. It's great if you're shopping at the store and you want to shop for some fish.
Yeah.
It's a chart, and it's information that'll tell you what fish is sustainable and good, you know, and what to avoid. And it's something that we use here. You know, we use two places for seafood. Capital Seaboard for a lot of the fresh seafood. We also use Cisco. And they're both part of the Monterey Bay Aquatic Seafood Watch.
Okay.
So, and even Cisco uses Portico. And you know, you have the FDA set standards on all seafood.
Yeah.
And you know, it's funny, the FDA, you know, they can't get to everything, but with Portico, the structure that they put in and how they inspect everything from farm to table. They'll go through how it's raised, the equipment that's used, the sustainability, the feed that's used, are the fish being held in the right environment? You know, when you want to raise fish, and you can say, oh, but it's in a farm. No, these pens that they build, first of all, they're huge. They're not like little pens that you think. They're huge. They're built so the water can flow through them, so it's the natural flow like the ocean. Okay, there's plenty of room for the salmon to move about. It's a very clean habitat. They're fed well, and it's probably most sustainable because it doesn't affect the ocean. So that's what you look for when you're, you know, and not just salmon, but a lot of, you know, fish today. And I know a lot of people go online and they look at, you know, warning or this or that, and I always say trust. And I've been here 7.5 years. What we source, any of our purveyors, the stringent guidelines they have to follow, and you know, the prerequisites and everything that we as Erickson plus the company put in for the benefit of the residents.
It's not just a minimum standard.
Oh, no. And even once it arrives here, you know, every kitchen has a receiver, and the receivers go through. They've been trained on what to look for on fresh seafood, how to store it. I'll let Chef I'll stop for a minute.
Okay.
We're doing a
So
tomato.
this is how chef was saying before. This is a tomato basil. We have basil mayo, where we spread on top of the salmon, and the tomato salsa, which is a fresh diced tomato, red onions, basil, red wine vinegar, and a little bit of olive oil.
Wow.
And these are all, like I said, these are all recipes that we've run
Yeah.
and do in
yeah.
the dining room. You know,
Yeah.
but going back to when the seafood comes in, you know, it's checked for it. And trust me, if we don't like something, and chef can attest to this, we send it back. You know, I'd rather run nothing, and all the chefs are like that. Every chef here, rather run nothing
Wow, that
Then
looks
put it-
lovely.
than put up a substandard item. Go ahead. I think we got one couple more to do. But it's you know, it's very important. And then the way we store it, and they're stored in containers that the airflow can go through, and they're stored
You're stepping
with
on
ice.
that.
Oh.
Get your foot
Go
off
ahead.
that.
So we're going to continue moving forward. I'm going to be chef's little assistant today.
Well, I can see why how you managed to make the portions, you know, uniform
Yes.
Well,
by using the way you use it.
Yes,
Yeah.
so all the house chef was saying, all the salmon we receive is a canned fillet, we trim it, and we do portion control. Everything, all the fish is a 5 ounce per control. And now, to addition to any seafood, fresh seafood, how you can say here, and any resident, oh, I don't want the tomato, I want the tomato on the side, I want a plain fish, I want not breaded, just baked. We can do that because in this case with the salmon, we cook a la minute, which meaning when the order coming in, we cook it, we put on the grill or on the saute pan.
Yes.
So we want to make sure the resident get what they want.
Okay.
And that's the beautiful thing about, and we were talking earlier about signature dining, is it is a resident-driven program. You know, I've been here, like I said, 7.5 years, and when we first got in here, we did the batch cooking. And I think we got to the point where we were doing it very well, but there's got to be more. So we came up, and signature dining is no different. It's going out to a restaurant. If you go to Mike's, or if you go to Houlihan's, or if you go to Fridays, or if you go to any of your favorite restaurants, Cheesecake Factory, you go in, the server's going to give you a menu like here. You're going to look through there and say, okay, this is the salad, the soup I want, and here's my entree, and here's my dessert. They go up into the, we call POS, is point of sale system, which is you see the little computer they're always typing on? So they'll actually put the order in there, and that goes into the kitchen. And in the kitchen, we have screens, TV screens. There's no paper. And each station has their own screen, so the order will come up there with the details. And that's why when chef says made to order, it's chef sees it, he says, okay, I got a blackened salmon. Then he starts working on it. Or I got a bourbon salmon, but they want the sauce on the side, so I'm just going to cook it plain. So that's the beautiful thing about the program. And I tell, you know, I know coming up we're going to start the kitchen tours, probably starting up in a few months. And I recommend residents do it. You know, first of all, this is your home. Okay? And I think it's, you know, why not take a look at the kitchens? You know, what goes on behind those doors? You know, we see the food come out, and we see them go in. And I think that even if you go in during service, and I think they'll bring maybe a couple, 1 or 2 or 3 residents in, it's like an orchestra, you know, and the chef's the maestro. Sometimes we call it organized chaos because you have so many moving parts. You have multiple stations, someone working saute, which is this right here, grill, you have a fryer, someone with the flat top making sandwiches, someone doing salads and soups. You have the utility team working. You have the chefs on expo making sure the dishes look right and they dress the dishes before they go out. You have the servers coming in and out. All this going on, you know, in unison. And it's pretty impressive, you know. And when you think with our servers, I'm impressed with our servers. These are high school kids.
Yeah, they are.
You know, you go out to a restaurant, they're professional, they're adults.
Yeah.
And just to put it in perspective, Jason was talking with one of his friends who's a GM. So take Woodland Skies. For the time they're open, you'll do what, 300, 325?
Yeah, usually now we start to do 440, 450.
And that's in 3 hours.
And that's for the dinner menu, not the lunch, or does it combine?
Combined, but
combine.
What
Okay.
chef say is a 380, 385 for just dinner.
Yeah. And even if you take away the carry-out, say you're doing about 325. That's in a 3-hour span. You go to a Mike's or you go to a Fridays or a Cheesecake, they'll do that in a 6-7 hour span. So to put in perspective, it's a great team we have here, you know, and they do a phenomenal job. And I think when you look at the amount that we're doing, you know, and when I talk about the amount of salmon, there's so many other things. Shrimp. We go through probably, what I say in salmon, probably double in shrimp.
Wow.
You know.
You don't mean 2 tons. You just mean.
Yeah, you know, well, yeah, because you need a lot more to make it. But
yeah.
Like I said, chef orders about 50 pounds 3 times a week, so that's 150 pounds. Say it's even a little more because for the weekend. Fireside orders about 70 pounds every delivery. That's 210 pounds.
Well, and besides, you have numbers of ways that you prepare the shrimp. I mean, it's used in several different menus.
We use, we have the
entrees.
program net menu, and when you go to my nutrition, you'll see the recipe, you'll see the information, you'll see the item, and that's the beautiful thing about it. I'll let you go on, chef, what you're doing.
Okay, so
right
here what we have is the pan-seared salmon, which in this recipe we can bake, and we crust it with a Parmesan crust, which is Parmesan cheese, breadcrumbs, some mustard, and we just drizzle in some basil. We put on top, and this little Italian touch with some Parmesan cheese.
Oh, wow. Are you all hungry yet out there?
I'm going to move this out of your way,
TV
chef.
land?
And you know, one of the classic, very popular salmon in the across the community is the bourbon salmon. But you know, is blackened now start to become very popular. The blackened salmon too. So it's a great piece of fish.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's very durable. You can do it so many different ways. And you know, I think some of the information I gave you there on the health benefits.
Well, I was thinking you ought to publish that for everybody.
Yeah, I might. You know, we could put that out, or maybe we put a little blurb on the resident menu.
I think that would be
a lot of vitamin B.
Yeah, and it's, you know,
you can, if you want to go over it.
Well, he's got 8 items here, but the omega-3 fatty acids, a great source of protein, as I think we all knew that. It's high in the B vitamins. It's a good source of potassium, loaded with selenium. Selenium studies. They've shown that it protects your bone health. Boy, we need that around here. Plus other things. It contains, of course, the antioxidant, and I can't even say these other words, but that is good for your heart. And it reduces the risk of heart disease. And I guess the last one here is that it may protect brain health. Yeah. I guess that's not researched out thoroughly.
They're starting to do research recently on that, and they are seeing, but they want to do more research. But we've always heard fish is brain food, you know? Yeah. And like I said, the omega-3 fatty acids, they're the good ones. They're good for brain development. It's great for the heart. It's great for your good cholesterol. It actually, salmon has more potassium than a banana. And people don't, you know, people think banana's loaded with potassium. I think salmon actually has, you know, I'm not sure, like 12% of the, you know, one portion of salmon has like almost like 12 or 20% of the potassium recommended daily intake. Yeah, so it's a great source, you know, and like I said, you don't have to get it with all the sauces and toppings. And the main way we cook it, the only reason we couldn't bring a grill in here today, but our main application of cooking salmon is we grill it.
Grill it, yeah.
I think that one, you know, I know we use olive oil and all that, but you get a more natural flavor from it. And it, you know, from the grill you get that nice little flavor from that. So it's a really nice.
What a fun show today.
Yeah.
And this is the last salmon I want to show. Is Polynesian salmon from the Healthy Choice. The salmon is marinated with Worcester sauce, olive oil, and white wine. And we finish with some pineapple chutney, which is some cilantro, fresh pineapple, diced peppers, and ginger.
Wow.
And this is a popular one. I know chefs run it a couple times. And when we say healthy choice, some of our recipes come under the healthy choice, and what they do is they follow the American Heart Association. They put in parameters what healthy choice is.
Guidelines,
it's got to be below so many calories and carbs and sodium and all those items.
Sodium's a big deal.
And you'll see on the new menu coming out that you'll have these little icons on there starting mid-November.
November 11th.
Yeah, mid-November 11th.
Okay.
And they'll show you the icons for, I think it's Healthy Choice and Light Fare.
Okay.
So just to help the residents along.
And each items will have the calorie count next to them.
Okay, the calorie count on the menus.
Yeah.
Yes, for each item.
So,
well, I don't know if that's a good idea or not.
Well, I think it's something that.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm just teasing.
When you see that French silk pie or that peanut butter pie, then you're really going to know what it has in
Well, if
there.
I pass the donut things in the grocery store, they post all that. You know, the calories, and it's like you would never buy another donut if you looked at those calories.
Well, you see that in the industry now. You go to a lot of restaurants are doing that this day.
Okay, I see it. Listen, this has been great, and I hope our audience has enjoyed it as much as we have here in the studio.